Greetings, kings and queens. Jesus was no doubt one of the most radical figures in our history. The things that he did while he was on the earth were no less than revolutionary. But I wonder if we've not watered down Jesus in our modern American culture in particular. I wonder for all of our discussions about biblical worldviews as opposed to a Jesus worldview, for all of our desires to protect our Christian liberties, have we really engaged in conduct that waters down the words and the ways of Jesus? And so an example I like to use is the parable of the Good Samaritan. And so today when we talk about a Good Samaritan, we're describing a stranger who helps someone in need. And typically, the person who does that gets a hero's welcome. But that's not the lesson of the parable of the Good Samaritan. The parable of the Good Samaritan really, even though it takes place within the context of answering the question, who's my neighbor, it also illustrates what Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount, and that is that we should love our enemies. And so in the parable of the Good Samaritan, you have someone who's helping a total stranger who, from our perspective, is, at least the way I imagine it, is unconscious or near unconsciousness, who is such an enemy to the Samaritan that person would probably, if they knew what would happen, would spit in his face. So rather than having a thank you, these two people are at such enmity that even an act of love and of charity would be met with disdain. And the lesson of the Good Samaritan is those are the people that we should be loving as our neighbors. And so I want to talk about the revolutionary things that Jesus teaches us through his words and actions. So until next time, remember that you are loved.